This is Robert Barrick, and what this is a photograph of is, well, it says incomplete exhibit, but it's the cover page for the lawsuit that I am filing with the U.S. District Court for the Southern Indiana District. This is the draft that I'm working on. It's at 42 pages right now, and this is a granted motion from the district court extending the amount of time I have to complete and file the amended complaint, which is what this is. This is my second video. My name is Robert Barrick, and I'm under an illegitimate investigation by detectives within the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Dept. I say illegitimate because I'm not a criminal. I'm not unstable. I'm a 52-year-old gay man who has just recently moved to Indiana in the past three and a half months. I came out here to live with my brother and my sister-in-law because the legal problems that I have been having started in San Diego, but they've continued here. Basically what these dirty cops are doing, these dirty detectives are doing, is conducting this smear campaign against me. On my first full day here, since being in Indiana, which is the state of my birth, I've had one good day, and that was my arrival day, which was on Sunday, the August 18th. And for the previous year, I'd had a really rough time with the San Diego Police Department and the corrupt activities they were doing there. They were keeping me unemployed with a smear campaign, accusing me of really horrible and false things. And I won't go into details about all of the laundry list of accusations that they've tried to, throw and stick at me, which none of them have been able to stick because, as I said, I'm not a criminal. I have no criminal record. I got a DUI about 12 years ago, which has been removed, from my record. So I'm in Indiana. And the second day I was here, I started to do sort of recon, learning my new area from, where my family lived, and I found the law library. My intent has always been to clear my name and to file a lawsuit. Initially, I was coming back here to escape the dirty criminal tactics of the San Diego Police Department, coming to Indiana to continue to prepare a lawsuit to file against them. But because I went to the law library on the Monday, the 19th, there was interaction between the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department and San Diego, and so they started their whole smear campaign against. And why I say it happened on that Monday is because that is the day that they started the smear campaign, and by calling my sister-in-law and starting this whole sort of empoisoning of my family. I've been fighting back for the past 3 months. I've written to a couple of judges. I've submitted complaints with the police complaint departments. I've contacted the FBI. I've called a lot of lawyers. But each time, I've sort of been obstructed and blocked. My family was so empoisoned against me that it escalated last week, just over a week ago, to a situation where, as I mentioned in the previous video, where my brother struck me, right? So I had to, I left, which has been what, like the number one objective of these corrupt, dirty cops. So I'm living in a motel. I'm starting my second week, a little over 10 days that I've been staying here. I did manage to get a job through my uncle and my cousin, but I was immediately empoisoned at my employer as well. And so in the 2 months that I've been working there, I've been under the constant burden of waiting to be fired. And I think that, that is the next objective of these corrupt police department. You see, since they were unable to, since I'm not a criminal, and this is a bogus investigation, completely illegitimate, and because I stood up for myself and I've contacted, public officials and am preparing this lawsuit now against the city of Indianapolis and these corrupt detectives, they started this illegitimate campaign against me where they were going to destroy my life. They're in the process of doing that right now. So I've been thrown out. My family's been empoisoned against me. I'm at risk of losing my job, which would push me into homelessness. Everywhere I go and everywhere anyone I contact is shortly, either before or after, contacted by these corrupt cops who conduct these smear calls and lodge all these false accusations against me that I'm a criminal, that I'm unstable, that I pose some kind of a threat. All untrue, all categorically, unequivocally false. And now, after 4 months, they don't know what to do. And after, well, not quite 4 months, but after this period of time, and I'm tired of it. I went through this whole period up until leaving my brother's, basically being constructively thrown out, because that was the whole point. And when it escalated to violence, I decided I had to get out. But I'm not gonna take it anymore. They're in my estimation, they're scumbags. They're scumbag trash, unworthy of respect and beneath my contempt. And I'm not going to be afraid of them anymore. Any illegitimate tactics, any efforts that they've made, I will not yield, right? A lot of people would think, well, is it really the shrewd move to fight City Hall or to fight a government agency? Well, there's right and there's wrong, and I'm not going to be frightened or intimidated or otherwise railroaded. One of the tactics, one of the things that these people have done that as I've said previously, I'm not the least bit frightened or afraid of any legitimate activity that these corrupt policemen are doing, but since they are corrupt, they do illegitimate things, and one of them is an attempt to plant evidence or to manufacture evidence in order to generate a pretext to take illegitimate action against me, arrest me and prosecute me for some fraudulent manufactured crime that they're just making up as they go along because they're so frustrated and they're desperate because I'm on the verge of filing this suit. I think that in submitting my request for an extension to the federal court, I submitted over the process of preparing this, since I haven't been able to find a lawyer, again, because I believe that the lawyers that I have contacted, these corrupt police officers have also contacted, which in and of itself is a crime, to smear me and to prevent me from finding legal representation. So I'm struggling to do this on my own because I'm not a lawyer, but I'm, doing the best I can, and I anticipate being done shortly in filing it. As that granted motion indicates, I have another, month or so, another 3 weeks in order to complete it and file it, which I intend to do ASAP. But they continue to throw obstacles in my way that slow down that process, and that was one of the things that I mentioned in the motion that was granted to allow me additional time. Anyway, I'm submitting this video, and I'm going to post it again on YouTube because I feel at risk. As I said, it's a cadre of dirty cops, although I believe that they are attempting to fraudulently conceal their activities because, they can't take illegitimate action against me, although they would love to, and although I think, they, if they could, they would. Anyway, but as I said, I don't know what illegitimate step they'll take next. I think that, it's focusing on my job. But also, I've also started to look for a more permanent place to live, more, housing, made several phone calls. And I think that that's the other, it's like this dual, depraved action, trying to get me fired and trying to prevent me from finding a place that isn't so costly, because, renting a hotel room, even a low-cost one, is still more expensive than it would be to rent someplace. So those are the two dirty deeds that they're working on now. They're, faithless public servants, just really scumbags. Anyway, I'm going to post this on YouTube to show, that that I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the only thing that I can. They've ensured that I'm isolated and ostracized, because anywhere that I turn for help, they smear me with these false accusations. And so I've come to the point where I'm so isolated and so ostracized that, I have to resort to posting videos on YouTube to secure my safety, and to write, to email the FBI when I believe that there is some sort of imminent action about to take place that I'm trying to prevent from happening, sort of preemptively. So I've written several of those emails, not just to the FBI, but to several other people as well, a variety of officials. So, I'm getting ready for work, and just trying to, get by and get this stopped. These guys, or these persons, because there's a lot of females, a lot of vicious females in this group as well, that I will not stop. I will file this suit. I will take it. I will avail myself of all of my legal rights and pursue this matter to the full extent of the law. If they do manufacture some sort of excuse to take illegitimate action against me, well, they'll have to provide me a lawyer then, and I will not yield 1 inch, not 1 second. I don't care, because, their evidence would be fraudulent, completely fraudulent. They have, what they do is they empoison people against me with these false accusations, and then they enlist them to perjure themselves, to say negative things about me. And I think that that's the actions that are going to lie about in order to conceal their corrupt behavior. Anyway, I don't want to rattle on and say the same thing over and over again, but just as an FYI, I'm posting this video. I'm probably going to, put the links onto a couple of emails that I'm going to send out to people as well. This will not end well for them, because I will not yield, right? It's the right thing to do. I'm a patriot. I believe in the country. I believe in the judicial system, at least in the federal judicial system. I know that, the police and local courts are something a little bit more seedy. So I'm apprehensive about anything, those poor judges are hoodwinked by these corrupt cops all the time. Anyway, that's it. I remain positive and confident, and these despicable cops are cowardly and kind of stupid. Anyway, that's it.